It's race 5 of MCC Season 2. Today we're going to be at Le Mans, my favorite track, and you are going to be with us, so sit back and relax for the next 90 minutes. We're 10 minutes away from quali and 20 minutes away from the race. I'd like to thank the sponsors, Semcrete, Gorilla Garage, Mayfair Gearbox, and Sav Speed. Thank you for your support. And you're going to be with me, Mitun, and Rayhan.
Hi, good evening, everybody. This is going to be a very nice one. I think it's a lot of our favorite tracks because this is one of the most, one of the biggest races, I think, of any in racing all year round.
Yeah, no, I think it's everyone's favorite track. So
I wish you could have had like 50 cars on track though.
Yeah, and I think everybody has been grinding on this track to earn credits. So I think everyone's an expert on this.
Ooh, that also could make a massive change, and with the weather that's coming in as well. Again, I love the fact that weather's in play because it allows things to be thought about. There's strategies. People have to think about what they're doing. Will you go that extra lap once again? Will you go that extra lap? And it's a very long track, so you could really either make or break the race once again. But it's going to be very interesting to see what the guys will do this week.
Yeah, you've got a long track and you've got heavy damage and you've got rain coming. This is like all the worlds are colliding and it's going to be exciting. I'm looking forward to it. It is my favorite track. I mean, there's not much more I can say about that. Today's driver lineup, you got 1 Prime, Lorenzo, EcoBoost, Safa, Osawa, Wolfie, Leap, Ghost Killer, Kendog, Serious Sam, Pumpkin, DC, Dino, Catfish, and Sniper. So you're looking at a couple of teams going on here. You got the Puma guys, MGR, 9VR, RTA, KVR, and Pace.
I love the different teams here, man, and everyone's going at each other. We know we do have our fastest drivers here, or at least among the fastest drivers in South Africa here, doing this entire series, and the guys are pulling out all the stops. I love the designs of the car as always, and I'm keen to see what we will see again from the designers this week.
Oh yeah, no, today's car is going to be the Ford GR3 Ford GT, which is gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And Le Mans, I mean, it's 100 years old this year. Historic track, historic track, 29 corners. It's about 13 kilometers, and you got you got a couple of important corners. I mean, you turn 8, turn 15, 19 to 23, which is 19 to 23 would be the Porsche curves, and then I think T8 and T15 would be I think Indianapolis and Ford chicanes. So those things are all of them are my favorite. The
whole track.
The whole track is my complete favorite track. You want to check the audio, make sure I'm not clipping, because I've had some internet issues and I didn't really do a test today.
Okay, so on stream you're sounding good. You're sounding decent.
Okay. Good. Okay.
I think maybe your volume a little bit lower and mine's slightly higher.
Okay, so I was sitting a bit far away from the mic because I saw some red lines going on, so I decided to step 1 centimeter away. But that's fine. Today's car, I mean, you got the Ford GT, which is a 3.5 turbo V6. Now, this Ford GT, they raced it for I think 1 year or 2 years. And then Ford pulled the plug on their WEC campaign, so they stopped racing this, and they basically discontinued the car.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't know why, because honestly, this the Ford GT just in general is such an iconic car, and I suppose this one didn't make as big of an impact as the older versions, but honestly, it's, to me, as one of the best sounding V6, and I mean, I think it is to date the fastest V6 production car.
It's a great handling car. It's one of the greatest handling cars.
It's just beautiful. It's just so nice. I just love it.
today's race, you're gonna have some wets and inters gonna be used. Racing softs and racing mediums, but people are gonna be very careful about what tires they choose, because it's a long track, and you make the wrong choice, it's a lot of time lost. You're gonna start the day off in dry conditions, nice and sunny, goes into cloudy, then rain in the middle of the race, and then the second half of the race is completely unknown to us. That is dependent on the game creators, because you also got a 15 times time multiplier, so it's going to go from sunny afternoon to nighttime towards the end. And looking at your points, you've got the winners of last week's Suzuka race, EcoBoost, Wolfie and Ghost Killer leading the pack in the points. So the total points, and there's 2 dropped rounds. So the lowest 2 rounds in the 6-round series will not be counted. So looking at the top 2 rounds as it stands, you got EcoBoost leading Safa by 10 points, who's leading Wolfie by 3 points, and then Lorenzo, who missed 2 rounds, he's got 65 points. So it's heating up. It's definitely heating up.
Yeah, so Lorenzo could also make or break a season, because he has 2 drop rounds, which is going to be his 2 zeros at the moment.
Oh yeah.
So if he's in this race, he could really come back. There's still a chance for him to win it. As well as for all the other guys, you can see it's very close between, at least from second all the way up until 6th, 7th, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Yeah, up until from 2nd till 6th place. It's 6 points that separate 6 drivers. That's how coincidental.
Yeah.
But yeah, these guys have it all to play for. And again, EcoBoost, as fast as he is, we can't say for certain that he's a shoo-in for the victory. He is a favorite amongst the drivers, as we know. But yeah, we'll see if the strategy is, and if the race and the driver craft and all of that, especially with this long race that Le Mans has to offer for us.
Yeah.
So it's a long lap.
Yeah, it is a long lap, and you are going to take us through a lap guide, because we are 3 minutes away, and I've sped up the footage to make it look as if I'm driving really fast.
Okay, nice. Okay, so yeah, it actually makes sense, because there's not a lot of quick corners. I mean, this is basically your first corner. I don't know the names of it, and I don't have my cue cards up. I could bring that on later. But yeah, a little chicane, so we could see some overtakes happening there. And then high speed corners, this is flat out up until the braking point here. Slight braking, nothing too slow, it's not a hairpin or anything. But going towards the straight, there's a bit of a kink to the right, which could also make a break if you go too wide onto that blue sunlight liquid, as I know you call it. And then onto a long stretchy straight, and this is where going to be where the slipstream is going to come into major impact, because these cars are going to hit top speeds of, I think, at least 280 kilometers. So with slipstream, the 300s are not out of touch, into a heavy braking point here, going on to a what is it? Is it the chicane?
Chicane? That would be the first chicane, and then the second one will be the second. Yeah, so it's Mulsanne chicane 1 and Mulsanne chicane 2.
Mulsanne 1, Mulsanne 2. Okay, I get the names like as I hear them. So going again, another big stage. So if you overtake going into the first Mulsanne chicane, you could be just giving the position back going on to the second one, which is this one here. Also another heavy braking point, good opportunity for overtaking, but it's also risky. You could also take the chance and keep back, hold it back a little bit, going onto this straight, because it's a little bit longer in the first 2 long straights, and you're getting to one of the heaviest braking point, if not the heaviest braking point of the race. You come in at a high speed and slow down to quite a significant first, maybe second gear, and then once again another long straight, which again this is just overtake heaven going to be overtake heaven for the guys. That's why I would have loved to have seen more cars on track, but it is what it is. We get what we get, and still it is going to be enjoyable to see, as we see now guys can fight all the way back to the back. Whoa, almost spinning out there.
That's my practice lap.
Save.
my practice lap going into Arnage. Then we'll go into
Arnage. Okay, so that's also a big breaking point. And again, almost all of these heavy braking points is an overtake opportunity. And now I think this is going up towards the Porsche slate.
Correct, correct, yeah. Yeah, so you're heading towards Porsche. Yeah. And in a Group 1 car, I mean, you flat out. Yeah, you gotta lift and brake a little bit to make sure that
you're
in
high-speed corners, so I don't see a chance to overtake unless you're feeling very brave. But the high-speed corners can cause you to either lose a lot of speed or just straight up go off course. And this entire section is that way inclined. The high-speed corners, not a lot of braking as much as it's going to be just letting off the throttle, slowing down, getting the car to corner in, and then going towards the final set of
the S's,
left, right, the S-bends, and going towards finishing the lap. I'm just checking the stream quality is beautiful again. I can't it's what it looks like from YouTube side of things. Very nice.
That's good. That's good. And with that, we are joining the guys on the track right now.
They're qualifying.
They have started their quali, so everyone's on their out lap. So right now, Catfish was the first one to exit the pits. And
again, the nice signature orange-black design of the 9BR guys. Very nice. The signature white, green, blue, yellow of RTA. Beautiful set of cars there. And one prime in fourth at the moment with a penalty. Fortunately, it's the out lap. And yeah, penalties can be very, very hectic on this track. But also, not as much because you will catch slipstream more than likely if you're either in front of another car. I see Safa saying a restart there.
Yeah, they're gonna
just restart the lobby.
Yeah, they are gonna restart the quali because I think Dino just arrived like 2 seconds too late.
Oh gosh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if he saw the notifications that quali is gonna start a little bit earlier today because it's a long quali. It's not the usual one-shot quali takes 5 minutes. Yeah, it's a one-shot quali takes
5 minutes is almost a lap.
Exactly.
Yeah, and I don't know what's the lap times looking like. I haven't been able to check what the lap times are looking like for this.
I haven't had a chance to look yet. I mean, I've just got internet a few minutes ago.
Oh gosh, that's true. I think if I remember correctly, in Group 3 cars, it's around about nearing 4 minutes, just under 4 minutes.
It should be in the high threes.
Is it high threes?
Yeah, it should be in the high threes.
Just under 4 minutes, at least. Barring like no incidents, no spinning out or no penalties.
Yeah, yeah.
So on.
Yeah, and this is gonna be 10 laps of racing. So yeah, with
10 laps may sound like a little, but on a 3 minute lap.
Well, it's almost a 4 minute track, yeah. So you're looking at a good like 45-50 minutes worth of racing.
And that's where either fuel saving, tire saving, and tire strategy is going to come into a major play here. Again, no tires are mandatory because of the chance of rain. Yeah, we'll see. We don't know if that rain once again is going to stick it out or just if the track is just going to dry up immediately like it did last week. Because then we weren't sure what was going to happen with the rain, but it only stuck around for like a lap or two on Suzuka. So we will see what it's like here on the fabled Helaman track. As we've seen with the 24 hours, when it gets rainy and it gets hectic.
Yeah, but, it's definitely going to get quite hectic. I think we're about 1 minute away from the quali restart. So I'm just following the lobby right now and making sure that everybody has entered. I think there's one guy that's missing. Okay, so everyone's entered. That's looking good. Yes. So we are 11 people that's going to be racing today. So we got EcoBoost. Let's go on track right now.
Okay, I think I didn't see in the lobby, so I'm not sure if he.
You are right. You are right. Lorenzo's not in the lobby, so I think he's going to be missing another round. So yeah, I mean, in the lobby you got EcoBoost, Ghost Killer, Leap, Safa, Dino, Pumpkin, Osawa, One Prime, Sniper, DC, and Catfish. So
Okay.
11.
11 drivers up. That's a pretty solid lobby. What I'm keen to see is the ongoing battle that has been going for the entire season, is between Leapy, Wolfie. Is Wolfie in? I don't think I see
Wolfie.
Wolfie.
Wolfie's not here.
Ah, that's quite unfortunate. Fortunately, he does have another round to drop, so it's not all tickets for him just yet. But yeah, between Leapy, Ghost Killer, and Wolfie, I would have liked to see who is going to come out on top this week. Safa has been edging away against the other drivers, but EcoBoost has been the one to take the win at the moment. So we will see if the guys have a reply this week
Serious
on
Sam?
EcoBoost Extreme Pace.
Serious-
CSM he is unable to join. I don't know if he's also still part of Tier 1, but yeah,
He is.
unable to make it at the moment.
Yeah, he is. So he is expected to have been into the lobby. So it looks like the 4 people that's not going to be joining us is going to be Serious Sam, Lorenzo, Kendog, and Wolfie.
Gendog as well, yeah, Lorenzo, Gendog, Wolfie, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, but
Yeah.
again, either life or load shedding happens. We don't know. It's
Yeah.
either one.
Yeah, we got Dino with his colorful. I like colorful liveries. That's my favorite. Everybody wants to pick like the blacks and the reds. Yeah, I'm looking at the pinks, which are awesome.
Yeah, and I'm again trying not to be biased towards the obvious space guys because I'm part of space. But I think like for me, since like days of old, I've always been into like the black, red, white sort of styling. So there we go.
The 2 colors that I don't like are your 2 favorite colors.
Exactly. But without being biased, I've been a fan of what 9BR has brought to the table recently. Mayfair Gearbox, the MGR guys, always very fancy, very colorful, and same with RTA.
Yeah.
The signature colors, and that's what I like about most of these teams is that they usually stick to a certain set of colors, and they will change maybe a trim up or a spoiler or a set of wheels or anything. Like I think Dino and Kennels usually have, I think, red and yellow. And
it would be
have blue or something.
yeah. I think they've got like one accent color that individual can change, which is pretty awesome. But like the basic livery is cool. It's all standardized, and then the one accent color can be different, which is really nice. It does give
a bit of change. It's what makes them unique. And
so
it's lacking.
So we see the 9BR boys following each other quite closely in the outlap, which I'm hoping that they keep it clean, because they do not want heavy damage going into the one-shot quali.
And what could be smart with them as well is using that slipstream and possibly even bum drafting. Bum drafting won't give you damage unless it's like quite a knock, and you could also factor lag into that yet as well. But I don't think bum drafting will be that bad to actually think of as a strategy. So I don't know if we will see it, but again,
I think it depends. Hopefully the teammates do a little bit of bump drafting, and if you were teammates with Catfish, he calls it bum drafting. So
he's not wrong. You have to knock into the other guy's bum to give him the speed boost.
So here we see Safa in the final few turns. I think he's getting into the straight just before the pits, heading in towards the S's, and about to start his flying lap.
Yeah, and because this is such a long qualifying lap, it's like there's not much we can take away, because everyone will be either on their out lap or on their flying lap. So everyone's going to be getting towards their flying laps, and it will just be like 3 minutes. I see what are the times? 4 minutes. Okay, so 4 minutes for an out lap, which would probably lead towards like a 355 plus, or 357, 358 as a full lap time. But we will see what these guys can do. We see Pumpkin Patch and Catfish are driving very close to each other, so they are definitely going to use the slipstream tactic. And I'm pretty sure if they're in their own little comment party chat and whatever, that might be a strategy, because it makes a serious significant
Well, I
difference.
mean,
You could probably gain a few seconds.
you can definitely both parties will definitely gain a couple of seconds because you've got the guy in the back that's getting the slipstream. He gets close, gives you a bump, and then the guy in the front is now faster than he would have normally been without that
Yes,
bump.
yes, yes.
So both
So-
parties actually get benefits from bump drafting.
Yep, exactly. But the only thing is like was with the possible damage, like how much can you actually do to give a
Ooh,
bumper?
one prime with
a
a penalty in the quali.
He's actually listening in on the stream at the moment. I see him in the chat. Eh?
Hey, what Brian? Focus on racing.
Yeah, it's like having your driving while on your phone.
There you go, Dino.
But yeah, I already know
clear air.
what his idea is because he is a pace driver and we tell him all the time.
Safa
"Don't
with
drive
a
too
penalty."
aggressively," like Safa as well. And I mean these corners, they can be so deceiving because as soon as you get that little pixel off onto within the lines or within the curves, they'll slap you out with a penalty. So one prime, he's trying to get the best and the most like precise lines that he can get out of it, but unfortunately not going to pay off. And he is not within any slipstream as well. DC Gaming might actually catch a slipstream after before the Porsche curves, because that's where the penalty zone is. We have to serve the penalty. So Dino also with a penalty. It's going to be quite significant.
Well, this puts the cat amongst the pigeons when it comes to qualifying order, because you got the fast guys with a little bit of penalties, and now suddenly they're gonna have traffic in front of them.
Exactly. And look at the weather. It's starting to get very musty there.
Yes,
So,
this is the
let's
cloud.
say I see everyone spoke about the cloudburst happens somewhere around lap 2, in the middle towards the end of lap 2.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
the guys at the back might end up suffering. Because as much as if the rain does come down while they're busy driving here, it's not going to be enough unless it's like torrential rain. I don't know if it is. Could you confirm that with me there?
It's RO6. That's not torrential. That'll be
not
like
torrential.
quite heavy, but I mean it's not torrential. It's
Like
not
heavy, but not
R7 and
torrential.
yeah. So
Okay.
I think it's just at the worst case scenario for your inters, and if you chose wets, then you would have gone too far.
Yeah, so like that's bringing us back to this now. So if it does start raining, it won't be enough where the guys will like have to go into pit now to change wheels, and I mean, or tires at least. Wheels, I don't know why I said that. But the following lap 3, fortunately this is qualifying, so after this lap they can essentially slow down, cool down, whatever, and wait for the race to begin. But when it is in the race, it's going to have to be a major thought process, because can you last another 3 minutes going towards the next lap on slick tires when the rain is
358.
imminent?
358
worth of 0.5 served penalty.
Yeah.
359 for Leapy. So Safo, even though with that penalty, still gets one up. Pumpkin Patch with a 401.
Catfish with 1.5 seconds of penalty.
Oof. That's a hectic one. I did see him sliding around before the I can't even remember. After the long straight going towards the sharp left-hander.
Yeah.
I don't know what name that curve is, but yeah, I saw him getting a bird slidey around there, so he might have picked up a penalty there. One time gets a 406, Sniper with a 420, EcoBoost with a 59 as well. So Safa, despite having a half a second penalty, still gains the top time there. That's insane.
That shows you how crazy this
He's
race is
quite
gonna be.
prepared for this one. I'm not gonna lie.
So looking at your leaders, you got Safa lead, Ghost Killer Pace.
While you're doing that, would you go down the list also? We can see how much of a difference. 8 tenths, which is really not a lot in this long lap phase of things.
DC Gaming coming in with the P5 in his qualifying. That's an amazing
nice.
quali. That's very good.
Always mad respect to DC Gaming for running on that controller times.
Also up after Pumpkin.
I think he
and
might have served some penalties as well.
Dino doing well.
Dino
to
did
climb
have a
up.
penalty.
And he's done well to be P8. 1 prime.
Prime had possibly 2 seconds of penalties there.
Sniper in P10.
He must have lost it at some point.
You can see Sniper. Okay, well, I think he might be having a bit of shenanigans right now. That's cause of his damage right now. But we are, I think, about 30 seconds away from the start of the race. 10 laps. There's going to be rain. There's going to be heavy damage. And I can't wait to see more.
And for sure, and I mean, EcoBoost in 4th, usually he can qualify quite fast, but we know for sure his strength is his race pace.
Yeah.
So, looks like all the guys are starting on softs unless we see otherwise.
Yeah.
Yeah, 11 cars on track, multiple different skill levels, one car to rule them all, and yeah, a lot. I mean, the top 5 within a second.
Yeah.
Within a second of each other. That is just crazy.
Yeah.
And I mean, we know the other guys, 6 all the way till 11th, could set some solid times. Catfus didn't even set a time himself.
Yeah, I don't think he set a time.
So maybe he's doing the last to get as far as you can. The race idea there.
Yeah.
We'll see. EcoBoost asked if the track got a bit damp or moist at the end there.
Yeah, because he got out of the pit the last.
Yeah, he was lost out of the pits. He was lost to finish his lap.
Yeah.
So maybe the rain started to gather just as he was busy finishing his lap. That could also be what could have caused the issue there.
I got 4 times tire wear.
I see 4 times tire wear, and the rain is decent, but not heavy. So. If again, like we see the moisture meter or the dampness meter next to the on the left side of the tires there, if that meter stays below the first line, the first third, then it's okay to race on slicks. You don't even need to change tires.
Yeah.
Once it gets more to the midway point of that meter, that's when the trouble starts happening.
Yeah.
Or at least like maybe let's say 40-45%.
Yeah, I did a quick scan of everybody's tires. Everyone's starting on softs, and here we go. 10 laps of Le Mans.
That's fair.
Here we go.
10 laps, and there's already a gap going between 6th and 7th. So some guys getting a bit of an awkward start. They probably started on the chicane, but going towards the first braking corner, let's call it that. No incidents. Everyone flows through very nicely. Oh, that's a solid view there of the cars going over. Very nice. Safa in the lead, Leapy close behind, followed by Ghost Killer, EcoBoost, and DC Gaming falling a little bit short there. Pumpkin Patch is already on his tail. Osava back in 7th. He's starting to catch up already making up ground. But the top 4 is already showing their pace and moving on with life.
Yeah, I'm
Prime.
I'm just doing a quick scan to make sure of everyone's got away cleanly. So
everyone's got away cleanly, no
good.
damage. And here comes the slipstream. Here comes the slipstream bit of the race. So EcoBoost is probably going to have a decent slipstream from Ghost Killer, but Ghost Killer is going to have a slipstream from Leapy towards Safa. So
the top
there is a bit of a gap. Safa and Leapy are very close proximity, so they have a good slipstream train going there. Ghost Killer is going to be on the butter end of the slipstream train, as EcoBoost is right within clutches. He's trying to grab onto that spoiler there with the tip of his fingers. So he might go for a move going into the second Mulsanne chicane. DC Gaming being followed closely by Pumpkin Patch and Osava there.
Here we go.
Is a little bit of his own world, but
EcoBoost.
I don't think is there a move going to happen.
I'm not too sure if he's going to chance it on the first lap.
Yeah, it's not gonna. It won't be worth it to try and make a dive for it. But yeah, Osava also has lost touch. He's also out of slipstream. So there's 3 groups of 2 at the moment that we can see on our screens: the Safa, Leapy, Ghost Killer, and EcoBoost, DC Gaming and Pumpkin Patch. They are all within their own little slipstream duo there. So what the guys could do is really work together, as we're gonna see the RTA guys are gonna be doing, Leapy and Safa. They're going to be using the slipstream to gain a maximum advantage over the rest of the group. Safa goes a little bit wide. Ooh, DC Gaming gets a bit slidey there, but maintains the traction. We will see if EcoBoost is going to go for it. There is a chance, but I think
Side by
Ghostkiller
side.
is still in the slipstream. He is still in the slipstream. Pumpkin Patch and DC, they're looking to get a bit squiggly. EcoBoost does give Ghostkiller the push, and that is working together at its finest. Because now the Ghostkiller and oh wow, they like very close proximity. 4 cars within a second of each other. Leapy looks for a little bit of a move but doesn't commit to it, which gives Ghostkiller a chance to make the move on Leapy, and EcoBoost is waiting to see if something happens and comes out of it, and which also causes DC and Pumpkin Patch to get back into the fray. So now it's 6 cars within 2 seconds of each other.
Yeah, it used to be 4 and now it's 6. This is amazing racing and it's clean. It's really clean.
That's
this looks so good.
That's an amazing first lap so far. From 3 groups of 2 to now a group of 6.
Yeah.
And yeah, these guys are going to be constantly falling away from each other and then gaining some time. And we'll see now what will happen when the rain comes down, because that's going to be happening possibly towards the end of the next lap or into lap 3.
Yeah, I think
we'll see if the guys are going to put next lap.
I think what happened was Safa had a bit of a slide coming into the end of, or trying to exit the end of Mulzan. So that's why he's bunched up even more people. So he's under some serious pressure now.
Yeah, and that's the thing. If you make one little mistake, it allows an entire group to get onto that slipstream train. And that's again, it's because of the long straights on this track. Pumpkin Patch falling back a bit, and same with DC. I think DC is out of slipstream range. Osava is in a little bit of a lonely 7th. Catfish is now up to 8th. Wow.
He's up to 8th.
He's moved on. Dino looks like he has a penalty there. One Prime is trying to keep up on Catfish. Yeah, Dino with a 0.5 second penalty, and Sniper to bring up the back of the pack. All still, again, all of these guys are fast, but I think this is essentially the effect of the slipstream train.
Yeah.
Because that's what you want to do in this race. Even if you don't make overtakes, you want to stay in that slipstream, because that's gonna get you at least a good 2 seconds on your lap, which is literally a game changer.
Well, I mean, you're sitting with a 2-lap nice and comfortable lead, and then the rain starts, and then things are going to be a bit crazy.
Yeah. So what I'm curious is if Leapy goes for a move, gets a bit of a touch there on Safa. I saw Safa did lift. He lifted very, very early going in towards that chicane. And now there's almost 4 wide. There's 2 groups of 2. Safa getting the worst end out of it. I think you wanted to slow down to get Leapy back into the slipstream. But now Ghostkiller leads, although for a small little bit of the straight.
Safa
going into the
gets his
second
slipstream.
chicane.
And EcoBoost is up to P3. Leap loses the most because of that move. Leap was second, now he's 4th. He lost the most.
So I think they wanted to, I don't know if they're on comms together, but I think Safa wanted to get Leapy closer into the slipstream. But Leapy didn't recognize it, and he went but hard in that corner there. So you see he's already off the accelerator, and then starts braking. And then Leapy just doesn't realize it at that point, and is almost forced into a dive bomb situation. Safa has to go off and doesn't fortunately take out the ball out there. But yeah, and that causes a whole lot of argy-bargy and kerfuffles, as they would call it.
Yeah, I was looking now at the top 5 guys. Nobody's got damage, so I think they all survived it. It's fine what happened. Everyone survived it.
Yeah, everyone survived. There's no damage. There's no incidents, and it's still racing. It's still racing, and EcoBoost has a bit of a issue now because he's being chased by Pumpkin Patch. He's fallen a little bit away. DC Gaming now up into 4th, and Pumpkin Patch is going to try and look for a move onto EcoBoost here.
This looks amazing.
It does look amazing.
This looks so good.
Such close proximity. And no one is getting. What is that? 6? Yeah, 6 cars again.
Looking at the top 6 is 2.5 seconds. EcoBoost is about 2 seconds from the leader. DC 1.5 from the leader, and then the top 3 are within a second.
That is crazy. I mean, 2 laps in, and you see how close this battle is raging on.
So Safa's taken the lead again.
Out of the slipstream now.
Yeah.
But because of the close bunching of these top three, you can already see it. The DC Gaming has already made the time back, and so has EcoBoost, and so has Pumpkin Patch.
Yeah,
It's just Osoba is gonna try and pull himself into this train as well.
and if I know DC well, I mean, he's just gonna try and keep it clean, let the guys in the front kill each other, and then he can pick up the scraps.
Yes, that is how it is, and that's so smart. In any racing situation, you want to stay out of trouble, but you want to take advantage of the trouble.
Oh yeah, and DC is
Almost
the
like a
master
bar
of that,
fight.
and he's gonna have some serious tire. Let me take a look at his tire wear. It's just slightly higher tire wear, and Pumpkin Patch setting the fastest lap of the race, 4 minutes and 2 seconds.
I think that was all because of that situation that there was in the chicane there. Safa back in, he is taking the lead again. Ghost Killer is still within slipstream. We will see how that goes on towards the straight now. Leapy falling a little bit behind, but is still within slipstream range as well. And again, just being in slipstream range is enough to get back onto the car ahead of you. So we see the clouds are present, and we will see what comes up in this race. Unfortunately, we can't see a rain or track map or weather map or anything, but yeah,
Like
now it's
EcoBoost
EcoBoost and
trying to
DC Gaming
put a
side by
move.
side.
And we all want EcoBoost to win because I mean his name is EcoBoost, and this is the Ford GT EcoBoost.
Yeah, it's essentially his car, his track. I mean, the Ford EcoBoost, the Ford GT has been a well-known name on the Le Mans circuit, so you can make the sort of slam dunk or grand slam the EcoBoost, driving EcoBoost on Le Mans track. So if he wins, this will be just the signature move for him.
So EcoBoost
already
makes
far.
up his position on DC. So EcoBoost is back in fourth. Taking a look at EcoBoost and Leap, EcoBoost getting very close.
And Ghost Killer's in the lead. I didn't see that overtake happen, but it happened. But again, slipstream happens.
Yeah,
Safa gonna
this-
go for the move now. He gives Ghost Killer space. EcoBoost went a little bit wide. He probably just wanted to try and maybe psych Leapy out there. But DC Gaming and Pumpkin Patch are still in it. They are still fighting. Look at
I
the
wonder-
6 cars. This top 6 is just amazing to watch.
I wonder if there's fuel saving that's going on, and that was the reason that Safa lifted and coasted.
I wonder. That also could be a key part in this race. Just a little aside, but going off topic a little bit, off topic but on topic. The manufacturer's race that I did. I was in the GT2 series, driving the GR4s around Dragon Trail, and literally just through fuel saving, I was able to make up. I think it was
that's amazing.
something like 8 seconds. That was a beautiful view of the cars there. But almost 8 seconds just within a pit stop. I had an extra lap to run on the softer tires, as opposed to the guy that was ahead of me all race. And just through fuel saving and having an extra lap on those tires, I got from within 2 seconds behind to 6 seconds ahead, and eventually went on to win the race. So fuel saving, tire
Well
saving
done.
is a solid strategy. So I'm gonna be uploading a video on my channel as well.
EcoBoost with a half a second penalty and threatening
I think
Leap
that
at the
was a
moment.
move.
Well, that looks like a corner cut. I think there's no
Possibly looking for a move and gets the corner cut instead.
and he serves a penalty.
So-
DC taking his fourth place back. Oh, this DC and EcoBoost. It's been back and forth in that position. Pumpkin just holding back, waiting to pick up the scraps.
For sure. And you see, like,
Ghost Killer's
having
back in the front.
And you see, despite EcoBoost having that 0.5 second penalty, he lost a position, but then got back into the slipstream of DC Gaming ahead of him, which basically gained all his speed back.
Oh yeah.
So it's again not out of contention. He has fallen back a little bit. But what will happen here? Are the guys going into the pits? Is Ghost Killer gonna go into the pit? He's gonna
Stay out.
not. He's gonna stay out. Ooh, that is interesting. Lap 3. I wonder if the guys suffer also. Leapy stays out. I think everybody stays out. And
I have
don't
no
think there's
idea if rain is gonna start arriving in the middle of this lap.
Yeah, Ghost Killer also setting the fastest time at the moment to 4:01.1. So yeah, I was right. I was thinking just about 4 minutes or just over 4 minutes
Just over 4
with
minutes.
the race pace. But
Let's go walk
still,
down
you guys can get
the
faster.
leaderboard. So we're starting off at Ghost Killer pace. That's half a second in front of Sapper. Who's 1.1 seconds ahead of Leap. Who's half a second ahead of DC, who is being chased very closely. That's less than half a second in front of EcoBoost, who's 7 seconds ahead of Osawa, 1 second ahead of Catfish, 2 seconds ahead of Pumpkin.
Oh,
Pumpkin falling
Patch.
back.
You see 4:11 with his last lap, so he must have had a bit of a.
He must have had
moment near
an
the
issue.
chicanes
There's
there.
no damage, so it must have been a slight spin. And then Pumpkin is 3.7 seconds ahead of Dino. Dino keeping it clean, which is nice to see. One Prime with another penalty. And
Another penalty.
and another
seconds.
penalty. So 2 seconds of penalties.
He's
For
trying
one
too
Prime.
hard. I think he might have went hard, a bit wide on that blue sunlight
The blue
as you
sunlight.
enter the main straight.
Yeah.
So
And you
probably
got
trying too hard to catch up and falling out. The way these cars' lights look at the back, just like that rear view, the back shot of the car. Look at those blue lights are just man. Oh, it's
those
great.
blue lights.
It's amazing to
Absolutely
look at.
gorgeous.
Sorry, I just threaded off. It just looked too good in one of the shots, like that. That just looks amazing, honestly. And still,
Yeah,
what is
they've
that?
really done a good
five
job.
cars?
I was so sad to see them leave the actual WEC.
Yeah, it is such a shame. I hope they
Next
come back
year's-
with something amazing.
Next
Well,
year's
America
WEC.
came back with a flippin' NASCAR in the 24-hour Le Mans.
Oh,
So
yeah,
that was typical Americans.
But next year's WEC championship is going to be insane. I mean, you've got two classes really. You've got the hypercars and you've got the GT3s. And previously it was GTEs. Now it's GT3s, which means it opens it up to a lot more because nobody wants to drive GTEs, which are basically GT3s minus ABS. Now that you have GT3s, everybody wants to
there's gonna
drive
be
it,
a
and you
lot
got
more
a
aggressive
ton
driving.
of manufacturers in GT3, but in the hypercar, you got Porsche, Ferrari, I think Aston's coming in.
I hope Cadillac stays. They have the most
Lambo,
amazing sounding
Cadillac,
car at the moment.
and my favorite is SCG, Scuderia Cameron Glickenhaus. That's one of my favorites because before he started racing cars or started making racing cars, he was making terrible movies. So from movie director to car racing manufacturer.
It is possible, and this man has shown it.
Staffer's back in the lead. Ghost Killer.
Ghost Killer is out of slipstream, but now is being attacked by Leapy, DC, EcoBoost. DC Gaming is holding on to his fourth place very nicely, I must say.
DC's the Ghost Killer with a penalty.
0.5, yeah, he's gonna serve that next lap only.
No, he's heading towards the. Do you think he'll serve it in the next lap? Because he's heading towards the penalties.
I don't know. If his
No.
There's one more soft to the Porsche.
Yeah,
Or
there's
just before the Porsche curve.
before the Porsche curves. Yeah, they just finished the Porsche curves. And look at this bunched up pack for battle for P2. Leap takes the
Leap
move.
goes for a move. Leap goes for a move. A little bit of a touch there. A little bit of contact. DC Gaming wants in on it too. Ooh, and Leapy gets the move. Aggressive, but
Job done.
job done. Yeah. Again, it's not always that you can make a move stick without like
Let's
just.
see if
no
there's any
touch or
response
no
to
contact.
that. Looks like DC is trying to pick up some scraps.
Yeah, he's ahead of Ghost Killer. Ghost Killer is losing a bit of pace there.
DC is gonna have the inside line. DC makes the move stick. DC's job done.
Wow, very, very solid. And 5 laps going. There's no rain at the moment. There's no rain happening. As much as the track is very misty, there's no rain currently.
So this was the move that Leap pulled on Ghost Killer. Nice on the outside.
I think he wasn't expecting that. Going
Yeah.
towards the inside, Ghost Killer on the outside.
Say side
Little
by
bit of
side.
contact. Little bit of contact.
Little bit of
nothing
contact,
too
but I mean,
dramatic,
there's
no
lots of space
incidents.
given. There's lots of space
Space is
given.
sportsmanship
They
shown. You
all
can see DC
survived.
is looking for a move there. Goes into the chicane again. Little bit of contact, but nothing to really. Out Yeah, everyone survived this. No damage in between them.
DC giving a
And
bump drop
back
to
again
Leap.
on the slipstream train. Ghost Killer is looking for a move, doesn't make it happen. We're waiting for the next leap. He goes a bit off track. Eco Boost goes very much off track. Fortunately, doesn't spin out, but Eco Boost goes quite wide there. He's going to be out of the slipstream range now, which is going to hurt his drive.
I just want to take a look at and his off-track incident. Like how...
So coming through, you can see, I didn't expect to see Ghost Killer just there as well. Trying to look for a move there on DC. And I think Eco Boost was too close to expected because it was a little bit, I think he turned in a bit too early, went off the curb.
Oh, okay. So Eco Boost, Eco Boost hit the curb and slipped a bit.
But nothing too dramatic.
Safa leading by 2.6,
showing off.
Leap very close. Battle for P2 is really hot. So you got
there's 3-4 cars. Oh, DC Gaming looks for a move going in, but doesn't commit. It's a bit too hectic going into that heavy braking section.
And
this is where it could happen, and not just for Leapy, but for DC Gaming, but for Ghost Killer as well. Both in the slipstream, where Leapy has no slipstream at all. Eco Boost is, I think, just hanging onto the slipstream of Ghost Killer there. But we see now Ghost Killer falls out of the slipstream as DC Gaming had better slipstream than him. But we'll see if the move is going to be made. I don't think it
This is really smart racing from DC. I mean, he wants to get away from Ghost Killer and Eco Boost, so him and Leap are going to work together and get away from these guys. And I think it's gonna work out because you got Ghost Killer serving his penalty, and that makes a huge gap.
And that's gonna throw him into a battle with Eco Boost again.
Are we seeing rain?
I don't know. I don't know if you can go into cockpit view.
No rain. Doesn't look like rain just yet.
Otherwise, we would have seen the wipers on. But yeah, Safa is really pulling away now, 2.5 seconds ahead of, or at least 2 seconds ahead of Leapy.
Eco Boost makes his move on Ghost.
Yeah, after that penalty was served, now 1.7 seconds, 1.8 seconds behind DC Gaming. And
I think they're all going to be coming into the pits right now.
Quite likely, quite possibly.
Yeah, because there's no way they're going to make another lap, and DC's tires are gone.
I don't see why they would go for another lap. Wow, Safa, look
at
his fuel.
Doing some fuel saving.
Another lap. He'll probably go.
He'll definitely go another lap. Let's take a look.
Unless he's
coming into the pits.
Yeah, he's coming in, and I think everyone will respond.
Everyone's coming into the pits.
Eco Boost, Ghost Killer, also with a lot of fuel saving there.
Catfish, Osawa, Dino.
DC Gaming with 8% fuel over.
Is Dino going to chance it and stay out?
Is he going to chance it? I don't think.
He does.
Yes, he is. Okay, fair play.
Fortune favors the brave, eh? Pumpkins in the pits. One prime is still going to come through.
Yeah, so it's also quite a significant stop.
Prime comes through.
And it looks like a one stopper here. I think they'll probably go on to soft eyes again, finish out these last few laps on the
Sniper has got some damage.
Sniper with a little bit of damage, unfortunately. And the leaders are coming out. Check on Safa. Okay, Leapy throws in a bit more fuel. Safa throws in less. He throws in just a 3/4 tank. DC fills up completely. Eco Boost goes to intermediates. That is interesting. So I wonder, maybe perhaps on the weather radar there is a bit of rain incoming. But is it gonna work? It could work in Eco Boost's favor if the rain is heavy enough.
There's also everyone's on
softs. Everyone else to softs.
This was the one prime to get out the pits. One prime is filling up to the full tank.
Yeah, I seen with DC Gaming as well. With filling up with a fuel tank now means they can push for faster laps instead of fuel saving. So maybe a Sniper as well going for the full tank. And Dino is going to have a bit of a slower lap compared to everyone else on those worn-out tires. But is that going to play into his favor?
Well, I mean, it's such a long lap, and he's only about 3 seconds off. So it's not that bad. I mean, it's like what, 1%? Less than 1% off. It's not bad at all.
It really isn't bad. It could be a really good play by Dino. But we'll see. Again, we don't know if the rain is going to come, and we don't know how hard it's going to come down.
It doesn't look
So-
like the gap between Sapphire and Dino is decreasing.
Yeah, it won't decrease much on the straight, but we will see now going into the chicane how much time Sapphire is going to make. So from 16 seconds, is 3, 4, half a second, almost a full second gained of that chicane. So significant difference on fresher tires.
Not too
But
bad.
Leapy pulls
Well,
a
I mean,
decent gap ahead of Ghost
So
Killer.
Dean's gonna come into the pits. He's gonna put
DC
on
Gaming is
softs
behind Ghost Killer again, eh? Because of
Ooh.
having to fuel up a bit
because
more.
he sat in the pits for longer.
Yep. So there's the fuel saving play coming through again from Ghost Killer. We'll see if he can catch up to Leapy.
Eco boost on Inters. He's gonna be kicking himself. And I see
don't-
wipers.
Yeah, that's the thing. So
I see
gets a bit slidey.
I see a bit of
Cat
sliding.
get the ahead of him due to that. And I wonder, could this be the play of the game here?
I'm looking at the moisture meter, and it still looks
There's
like
nothing
it's
at the
slicks.
moment.
Yeah, it still looks like slicks conditions. Looking at
Yeah, so
Pumpkin,
there could be a bit of light rain.
Pumpkin
I mean,
losing out quite a bit.
Yeah. I
Oh,
wonder
we
if
see
he-
the
if he
rain.
maybe
The rain
missed
is coming in quite a bit.
Oh, there we go.
Dino,
This could be the play that EcoBoost wants, but also it could be the play that Dino wants.
oh yeah,
Because if it gets to the point where intermediates are definite, then Dino is gonna come out in clutch with this one.
let's go take a look at EcoBoost and well, I mean, it's still not Inter's conditions. It's still
It's definitely not
it's
Inter's
still
conditions
slick
yet.
conditions. I mean, you see a little bit of spots of rain. Let's go take a look at Dino. His wipers are still off, and he comes into the pits, and he's coming
Yeah, and
in with.
He's
13
lost out about
seconds.
4 seconds on this in lap compared to Safa's out lap on
Yeah.
the fresher tires.
Yeah.
So again,
I
he's gonna be making the decision now. Is it gonna be soft tires? Is it gonna be intermediates?
Yeah, and I
Because
see
that will throw a
the
spanner in the
counter
works.
is in red, which means he may have cut the pit lane. Well, we'll see if he's got a 3-second pit penalty. As Safa crosses the line, starts his 7th lap. We've got 4 laps to go, so it's 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th.
That is correct. A Ghost Killer moving up to third, Leapy into second. Ghost
Is he
Killer
back
is
and
making
forth?
grounds on to Leapy there. And again, if Ghost Killer can get into Leapy's slipstream, then it's going to be again all to play for second place. And if they start battling, it's not all over for DC Gaming as well, because he could get back into the fight as well if the Leapy and Ghost Killer battle enough. And Ghost Killer's hanging on the edge of slipstream there for a moment, but Leapy is now breaking again into a second. And as much as Ghost Killer gets a better run, it's not going to be slipstream worthy just yet. So we will see on the next chicane. He is catching up, so Ghost Killer to Leapy, but I don't think it's going to be enough to hit slipstream before the end of the straight. Just about 0.75 seconds is slipstream, so he is officially in the slipstream now, and we will see. Oh my word, this is incredible. We're
I
gonna see
wonder
how it's gonna make.
if Safa actually did do any fuel saving, because I mean, if he only EcoBoost getting distracting and posting a message to the race, please come rain.
Shame, he took a chance. He's taking a major chance there. Hopefully the rain comes through as well. But these guys, they're using the straight to their advantage. Oh, that's what I like about this game, man. Just send a message in the middle of the straight. But yeah, half a second separates Leapy and Ghost Killer now. Ghost Killer is firmly in that slipstream. So now we're going to see, is he going to work with Leapy to catch up to Safa? Is he just going to make the move and try and secure it? Which I don't think would be ideal.
I think it's better if
Leapy.
I think it would be better if they work together and
Try
get
and
to the
catch
front.
up and battle for the
Yeah.
lead. And while catching up to the lead, they'll be leaving 4th place in the dust.
Yes.
Because DC Gaming has no slipstream to hang on to. Catfuss has actually made such a major comeback from starting at the back.
Yeah.
He's now in 5th place ahead of EcoBoost, who is unfortunately on the inters.
And Catfuss.
he might have to put as well. Check EcoBoost tires. Ouch.
EcoBoost. I think he's gonna fit now. But Catfuss.
Slides over into the straight.
Catfuss does really well when you have random weather and rain suddenly appears. He always manages to get lucky with his strat and comes out quite ahead.
Maybe not as much as get lucky as in really thinking strategically about it. And plus, you can see if you're more behind the pack, you can see what the other drivers in front do. So if they react and go into the pit for soft, you can think, okay, can I still make it on another lap? Will it be worth it for me to go on a lap? What tires do they change to? Catfuss looked like he served a penalty there for a moment. He was on the wider side of the track.
I didn't see him have
DC Gaming is going pulling quite a gap on him.
Yeah.
So fair to say probably a half a second penalty. Ghostkiller still has the fastest lap of the race so far, but it still could be subject to change. The track is going to be a little bit colder now with the misty air.
Coming up on the back, you got the Sniper that's a minute, 56 seconds behind the leader. One prime with more penalties.
Check Sniper's lap time. Oh, gets onto the sand as I say that. It's not commentator's curse. I said nothing.
He's been having a couple of issues with the track limits.
Yeah. So I mean, 4:03 is not slow. I mean, 2 seconds on such a long track isn't that major, and you can see like Osova also with a 4:01.5. So these guys aren't
track
slow.
Penalties. One prime was like when I looked at one prime, he was serving a penalty, and he looks like he's probably at a penalty every single lap. So he's not enjoying the track limits. EcoBoost.
Unfortunately, has to go in.
Unfortunately,
he gambled and he gave money to the machine instead of gaining money from it.
Looking at
it is a gamble, and again, like even if the clouds do show up, you have to keep a firm eye on that weather radar, because if you're going to be seeing light rain for even an entire lap, it won't be worth it to put intermediates on.
So I'm looking at the gap between Tappa and Leap. It was 3.2 seconds. Now it's 2.4. So hopefully Ghostkiller and Leap are working together.
And check the fuel as well, because I mean, Ghostkiller and Leap look to be working together. Ghostkiller has less fuel.
And then Safa, I think they're all very similar. I think for the next 2 laps to go, I think it'll be fine.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is that Ghostkiller is going to try and either force Leapy into an error or wait until the last lap to make the move. Because let's see if he bump drops.
No, he's making the move.
Yeah. So I think also to not be behind VP, because we know Ghostkiller does have some good pace behind him.
Yeah, I mean he's got the fastest lap.
Exactly. And I mean, while it's not by a major amount, it's by 2/10 on a 4-minute track, which is just pretty much like hundreds of seconds in a normal race track. Ghostkiller could be faster than VP on race pace, but once again, you see how much of an effect the slipstream has. VP doesn't go for the move. I think that's a clever decision to make. But again, he might go for the move on this straight again.
I wonder if Leap is actually doing a little bit of bump drafting for Ghostkiller.
We will see that now, because what I saw is that he slowed down. He didn't want to bump draft because it could also force Ghostkiller into braking late with all that extra speed. I mean, literally that extra 10-15 kilometers that you have makes such an impact on your braking point that it could force an error and cause an incident, and we don't.
And Ghostkiller's gap is down to 1.8 seconds, 1.6 seconds down to Safa. I think we got a battle on our hands for P1.
Quite possibly. Oh, Ghostkiller's going purple as well. So he's currently on track for setting another fastest lap. And I know this for sure. Ghostkiller on fresher tires is scary. He can be really,
this
really
is
fast
awesome.
with the fresher tires.
We definitely
But
have a race.
Safa has just the pure consistency. So Ghost Killer can be maybe half a second to a second faster than Safa on the first maybe 1 or 2 laps. But then Safa will increase that pace by just maintaining just a normal
Still purple.
standard pace. Still purple. He's 8 tenths up on his lap and he's not wavering. He's not giving Leapy a chance as well. Leapy does try and
He closed the door. He closed the door quite early.
He did close the door a little bit early, but I don't think he compromised his line too much. Half a second separates them. He's getting very close to leaving Leapy out of the slipstream, which will make a dramatic effect going towards the next lap. And gets a massive run out onto the main stage.
3:59.
9. Oh,
That's some serious pace.
The race.
Oh my god,
Funny
that's
enough,
amazing.
Serious Sam's nickname in the game is Serious Space.
The teammate for Ghost Killer.
There we go.
And you.
And myself, yeah. So there we go. Leapy is now out of slipstream range of Ghost Killer, and Ghost Killer is just gonna want to go even faster, keep him out of contention, keep him humbled. In the sense that you won't be able to catch him on the straights. So
DC.
to the straight, just check out Ghost Killer now when they get into the main straight. Let's see that gap is
1.2 seconds, 1.3.
Well, to Leapy is 0.8, and that is out of slip.
That's out of the slip. Leap has lost out.
It's Ghost, yeah. And now he's catching up to Safa. Oh my word, this is crazy. This top 3 battle.
We got a race on our hands.
Is wow. Oh wow. I'm so speechless.
While Ghost Killer is still catching up, I'm going to move through the leaderboard. So you've got Safa that is 1.2 seconds ahead of Ghost Killer, who's 1 second ahead of Leap. 4 seconds ahead of DC. DC having a quiet, lonely race. That's 6 seconds ahead of Cat. Cat picking up a half-second penalty, and then there's 15 seconds ahead of his teammate Pumpkin, who's 5 seconds ahead of Dino, who's started at the back, and he's coming up to 7th, which is really well played for Dino. 1 Prime, more penalties for 1 Prime, but he's picked up a position purely because EcoBoost, who's 9 seconds behind him, he's serving his penalty right now, but he made the mistake of going on to Inters for 2 laps. And
we're gonna have the fresher tires.
Yeah.
Is that going to translate into anything? What's Osawa at the back?
What's Osawa doing at the back? So I wonder if he had
Osawa had a very terrible 3 laps in a row. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, one of the laps was
look at his front tires, are brand new. I think he went into the pits to repair damage.
Quite possibly. Yeah, because you see, lap 5 is a 425, lap 6 is a 421, lap 7 is a 457, but that is including the pit stop.
Yeah.
So, could be.
Yeah, because you'd expect 2 laps, so I think this might be his out lap.
Check the front back again. I think I see those 2 arrows are very close by. Okay, 1.3.
Leap overtakes Ghost Killer.
Leap, okay, I was gonna say I'm seeing some action there, but I couldn't know if it was first, second, or second, third. But definitely second, third. Ghost Killer falling off a little bit, and Leapy with the 9,000ths of a second lead on the fastest lap. So Leapy could be in contention for the lead again. What? Safa is probably starting to worry. Like
1 second is the gap. So Safa, he needs to get a move on because
and the sun is out. The track is gonna warm up again. So these guys are gonna be again flying for the next lap. But yeah, I mean,
Leap with a half a second purple.
Half a second. Oh wow. He is pushing. So we're gonna see another fastest lap, quite possibly.
Another fastest lap. That's gonna be what, 3:59.5.
Quite possibly.
Ghost Killer is enjoying this because he can pick up the slip. Because Leap is quick.
For sure.
Picking up the slip of a really fast driver is really beneficial.
And I mean, these top 3 have been showing their pace all race at the moment. And the 3:58, 3:59, 8.866.
It was just a
10th ahead. which still means this final lap we could see some good work here from the guys.
So we're in the final lap. I'm just taking a look at the guys at the back. I see some stuff going on here. You got a three-way battle for P9 between Sniper, Oswald, and EcoBoost. What's going on with EcoBoost? Damage.
Got
damage.
Oh, nuts. And he probably got a penalty out of that as well.
Yeah.
And that's going to pretty much be the end of his race, because either he'll have to pit or he'll have to drive another a lap with damage. And being front damage means downforce is very terrible, which means he's going to lose a lot of top end speed, which is not what you want on this track. So a very unfortunate situation for EcoBoost there. Catfish up in 5th.
Catfish doing well in P5. DC doing really well in P4. And then the battle for top 3 is what we're going to be following till the end. So you got Safa, 1.3 seconds. I think it's going to be down
to the top 2 because they're going to be fighting for that position. And through battling, I think Safa might just pull away because Leapy is going to have to defend for his life. We have seen this before. Road Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
We have seen this before. Leapy and Ghost Killer battling it out on the last few laps. Leapy gonna put in his best defense again. This is deja vu from race 2. I think it was race 2.
I think it was race 2.
Yeah, but yeah, 310 separate them. Ghost Killer is in the slipstream. He's catching up. You can see how much of a difference that makes. But he doesn't want to.
Is he gonna be the last of the late breakers? No, it's too far. It's too far.
Yeah. What I think is either he's gonna try and want to make the move on this after this next corner onto the big straight or before the Porsche curve.
Yeah.
That's basically the 2 sections where he can make the move, and then Leapy will have to probably send one in again, like on that pit chicane, the S curves there, like he did for the first time he passed Ghost Killer. So it's not over yet, and we don't want it to happen, but there's still a chance that one might send it too far, go off course, they might hit each other, because last laps that's when the nerves get a bit hectic and you want to try and your best to gain the position or defend the position. So it's going to be...
Well, I mean, if he's got any opportunity, now is the time to actually do it, because I think you only have like 1 or 2 more corners where you can overtake. So
yeah, so like I said, it's either going to be this one or the Porsche curve, before the Porsche curve. Or I don't know. Like I said, Leapy overtook Ghost Killer just after the pit entry, going into the S curves before the final chicane. So it's definitely not over yet. Ghost Killer does seem to a bit too far to make the move. The slipstream is strong, but I don't think it's going to be strong enough
I don't think
it to catch.
Yeah, I don't think it's close enough. I mean, he's got
also,
quite
Ghost
a long
Killer might
straight.
have to fuel save.
Well, I think Leap and Ghost Killer are on the same sort of... yeah, we got some close action.
Ghost Killer goes a bit wide. He goes a bit wide. Like, tries to get it back. 210 separate them. Oh, this is gonna be so close. Safa going for the...
We got the chicanes coming up. Ghost Killer flashing his lights.
Leapy keeping cool under pressure. Don't go too wide there. You might get a penalty. There is still a moment. Is Ghost Killer gonna send it going towards the straight? Safa is 1.5 seconds ahead. Ghost Killer is looking on the outside, but he won't be able to send it. Leapy keeping cool under pressure. Ghost Killer right behind him. Safa coming through after the final chicane to take the win.
Takes the win.
The second last round.
Leapy P2, P3, Ghost Killer half a second behind.
What
DC coming into close. What a good race DC had in P4.
Solid racing by DC, but props to Leapy and Ghost Killer for putting on such a show. Catfish for the biggest comeback of the race.
Oh yeah, he started off right at the back.
Fallout of the race, unfortunately.
Unfortunately for EcoBoost. Pumpkin in P6
having
about
his
to cross the
moments,
line.
And I mean, 402.5 on the second last lap. So 402.0. I mean, look at that. These guys aren't slow. These guys have the pace to win some seriously fast laps.
Dino doing well to keep it clean. 403s. One prime.
One penalty.
one prime, one penalty.
No more penalties left for one prime. And he's just about hanging on with fuel there. Very nice exposition. Very decent showing from him.
Osawa.
and Sniper get very, very, very close there on towards the end. But also taking 9th, Sniper in 10th, and EcoBoost was a very, very unfortunate and lonely race. And he's out of fuel as well. Oh my word. So he was definitely not on eco mode for this race. Unfortunately, coming through
with damage.
A slow finish with damage.
EcoBoost. This is such a sad sight to see.
Yeah, literally treading along, having to essentially push the car.
The guy who fitted extra has got no fuel.
Very unfortunate. Like we know this guy can be seriously fast, but unfortunately, it looks like the chance of rain just got to his head a bit too much. He has to go very slowly through the chicane and tread along to the finish line, finishing in 11th place. Still ahead of the four that didn't race today though.
Yeah, looking at the points at the end of this round, and the MCC does not count the bottom 2 points, so you're allowed to have 2 bad finishes out of the 6 race series. Next week's going to be the final race, and that's going to be Super Formula Cars at Autopolis. And that's also high speed, high downforce. You're gonna have rain, and it's going to be insane. It's one of my favorite tracks, Autopolis, because it's got all those curves, and you will get a bit dizzy racing on that.
It's quite technical. It's technical enough.
It is very technical.
Is it a real life track as well?
It is. It's a real track, and it's in Japan. It's it's a genuine track, and I have seen actual Super Formula cars race on that track, and it looks insane. Looking at your looking at your leaders, you've got Safa earning 40 points. That takes him up to 110 points in the championship. Followed close by, it's about 11 points away, is Leap, then Ghost Killer, only 3 points away from Leap. EcoBoost, 1 point away from Ghost Killer, and Catfist doing really well in P5 in the championship, and he's in 83 points. Then you got Pumpkin. Unfortunately, we didn't see any Lorenzo racing today, because then it would have been some serious battling going on in the front. Wolfie also missing out on today's race. I mean, he usually does really well. TC Gaming.
I feel like we would have seen a 3-way battle for the podium. If Wolfie was in it.
Yeah. Wolfie versus Leap. I mean, that's a battle for the ages. And you've got TC Gaming doing really well today in P4. He's got 73 points. Osawa 69, One Prime 65, Sniper 63, Dino 59, Kendog 59, Sirius M 47, and those are the points in the championship, not necessarily today's race points. It's a pretty awesome race that we saw.
Yeah, from start to finish, that was the major kicker that I think was thoroughly enjoyable, is that there was so many battles for such a long time. That group of 6 cars it lasted so long that it was enjoyable to watch each one and not know what's going to happen between the 6 cars. And there was a bit of tangling up in the earlier stages where Safa wanted to try and do some teamwork with Leapy, causing him to get a bit out of whack and brought other drivers into contention.
Yeah, at that point in time, EcoBoost getting a bit ambitious with his rain strat.
Yeah, very unfortunately, but it's a risk. It's a risk that some of the guys take. We see it in racing all the time.
Oh yeah, it's really amazing. So next race is coming up. Like I said, next week is going to be the final race of the MCC Season 2. That's going to be Autopolis and with the Super Formula cars. SMTS, we just raced our Polos at Goodwood, and it was very exciting, I must say. Next race would be at Bathurst for SMTS, and looking at LNR, Logistical Nightmare Racing, you've got round 6. That's going to be on the 8th of October at St. Croix, and then Alsace, and then Dragon Trail. That's coming up in the remainder of October. So with that, join me next week. Well, you can join me this Sunday coming up for LNR's race, and then next week Monday for Autopolis. Thanks for watching. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining me, Raf.
Always a pleasure. And I mean, we get our fun out of watching these guys race.
It's awesome watching these guys. Oh, and the streaming is nice and smooth. Everything works, despite my internet being out.
Yeah, it came back just in the nick of time.
Yeah.
And we are grateful. Otherwise, we just have to like put up with me just streaming.
Awesome.
Boring and stuff.
Cheers, everyone. Take care.